Hi guys, I'm Jinjo, and welcome back to Jinjo Kazooie. Previously, we went to Bubble Poop Swamp and did a lot of crap there, and in this part, we are on my third save file. Yep, I'm always in this room when I talk about my save file, but anyway. Oh, did I seriously? Oh, I have to do this again. How did I forget this? Okay. I'm sorry, this is the second video in a row that I'm going to get this Jiggy. I am sorry. What? Well, not second in a row, but what is going... never mind. But basically, with Bubble Gloop Swamp, whenever I did that, my first run of that was just pathetic. And there's a Mumbo's token back over here. I'm not sure if I got this or not. I probably didn't. There it is. With Bubble Gloop Swamp, I did that once, and it was horrendous, and I died like 4 times, and then whenever I did it the second time and recorded that time, it was okay, and I got everything that time. But then I tried the same thing, sort of, with Freezy Peak, which is the next world. Freezy ZZ Peak. And... well, I tried it once, and it was okay. And then the second time I recorded it, and it was much worse. Like, I kept getting lost, and my commentary was boring and repetitive. And I kept getting lost, and my commentary was boring and repetitive. And I kept getting lost, and my commentary was boring and repetitive. Die, Hermione Granger! I don't know why I keep making Harry Potter references. I haven't even read any of the books. And yet I've read all the Twilight books, so what is wrong with me? And to be fair, they're written very well, but the story sucks, obviously. Okay, so we actually passed by World 6 on the way to World 5 in this room. There's a skull behind the sarcophagus here, a skull behind the skeleton. And then over here you can break this brick wall down, because it's not cemented very well, if at all. And you don't have to break this one over here, but I'm going to, because it looks lonely. There's just galoshes over there, which we won't need until we enter World 6. Which we will open World 6 in this part, but... die! Okay, I was gonna say like Malfoy or something, but he's wearing blue, and I think blue is Ravenclaw, but I don't know anyone from Ravenclaw. Maybe I should just stop making Harry Potter references altogether. Why am I stuck? I'm stuck. Stupid Banjo. Stupid bear. Stupid bear gets stuck. So over here, we have just activated with that button over there, that switch, that whatever you want to call it, a shock jump spring pad wingding thing doohickey contraption, which we can now use to jump into this pot and try not to get high by doing so. Then we fall through Grunty's brain and hope she's not thinking of weird things like stripteases again. And by getting the Jiggy, we open the jail cell somehow, which is good, because if we didn't do that, then we'd be stuck down there forever, for all eternity. Unless we decided to save and quit, and then we would respawn at the beginning of Grunty's lair, and stuff like that. And Hermione's still dead. Good for her. Of course, I kind of see that, I mean, it's just video game logic, it's not worth explaining, but I think that by getting that Jiggy, it's sort of like bail money, I guess, and then you open the cage, because it's like a little jail cell, but that doesn't make any sense because you don't actually pay. I guess you just take the money and run. So here is probably my favorite room in Grunty's lair. It's just this big, expansive, eerie-looking green room, and Grunty looks like Freddy Krueger. Okay, so check these webs out. How would you imagine you open or break or whatever these webs? You don't do the Beak Buster. You don't do the Rat-a-tat Rap. You don't do the Beak Barge. You don't use Deku Sticks. You don't use nuclear bombs. There's nothing that can break these except 3 eggs. Like, seriously, what? This was a problem for me because I didn't know that for years. I really did not know how to do that for years. That's all you do. And we have activated of Magic Cauldron. Just like yeah. And as you saw with a little cutscene, it was just activating the one that we passed by earlier, and made it a medieval portal made by Aperture Science Kingdom. So now we've opened the note door to Grunty's mouth. But wait, we already entered Grunty's mouth to get into Grunty's lair, so does that mean this is Grunty's mouth inside Grunty's mouth? Ew. And there's this big lava room. Very nice. I think it's hot. I can just press Z. Why do I keep forgetting to press Z? So here we are, opening Gobi's Valley, which is obviously a takeoff of Gobi Desert. If you couldn't figure that out, then you probably need help. Or you were just uninformed about Gobi Desert, which I can understand. But it is a desert level. If you didn't figure that out, then yeah. And now we are on our way to Freezy ZZ 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 Peak, which is conveniently right over here. I want to explore that room more later because, as I said, it's one of my favorite rooms in Grunty's Lair, if not my favorite. But we have to go here first. Yes, we have one move to learn here in Freezy Peak. Although, if you check it out, it doesn't really look like we're on the top of anything. I think it's more of a valley. Whoa, I've never seen that before. Whoa, I have never looked up at the sky before. That moon looks really cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm just admiring the scenery. Let's go into this Bigloo over here. What's in this Bigloo? Aw, dude, this place is awesome. It's full of crying children. Okay, what do you got to say? Where's our presents? I'm a greedy little child and I want presents. Also, my dad's gone. Okay, that's nice. There's a Mumbo's token here. We will get them their presents and we will get them their dad back. Because their dad... Is there anything behind the Bigloo? The Igloo, the Bigloo? Okay, there's not. There's just the Mumbo's token that's inside of it. The dad, Boggy, is right over here. What is that fat thing that is blocking the road? Grown, my stomach aches. I shouldn't have eaten that shiny thing. Oh, one guess as to what that shiny thing is. Okay, let's knock it out of you. Oh, so that doesn't work? Your stomach is harder than Tank Top is? Apparently he has the most condensed fat of any bear in the world. That monkey in the first world didn't know what he was talking about when he said I was a fat bear. So, as you could probably see whenever I was moving the camera around earlier, these two giant snow rocks here, they are actually the stubby legs of a gigantic snowman. Possibly one of the biggest in existence. But, I don't know, the Jason Fox has them up for competition. But Calvin and Hobbes totally win for best snowman. And speaking of Calvin and Hobbes, these enemies over here, I don't know what they're actually called, but I'm gonna call them deranged mutant killer monster snowmen, or snowgoons. Sorry. Snowgoons! In honor of Calvin and Hobbes. Which I can understand why Calvin and Hobbes stopped being created. Why Bill Watterson wanted to stop that series, or comic strip, or whatever he wants to call it. Because, I mean, people say that all the best comic strips out there stop, or all the best ones, and that his reason for it was just he didn't want it to get stale, so I can totally understand. Where the Twinklies protect us from the Twinkly Munchers as we hop across our tree. If enough of us get there, we can light the tree for you. Notice how they never say Christmas tree, they just never bother. Yeah, so these guys are the Twinkly Munchers. That's their official name, they are Twinkly Munchers. So, I don't know, I've thought that was interesting. Like, if their name is Twinkly Munchers, that must mean their whole existence is entirely about munching Twinklies, eating Christmas lights. It's just kind of weird to be named such a thing. It's like Anteater. The whole point of their existence is to eat ants. So this isn't particularly hard, it's just kind of time-consuming, and there's always going to be that one Twinkly Muncher that eats all the other Twinklies. And there's nothing you can do about it, it's just bad timing. But it all works out. Because we don't care how many of them die anyway. They don't even care. We have 3 left. 2 left, I mean. And a second 1 left. And that's not going to be an issue, that one is going to make it. So, let's go! Let's light the Christmas tree, which they never call a Christmas tree. They never say anything's Christmas related here. It's not that subtle. Okay. Yep, we made it! Except for all those who sacrificed their lives, and we're going to leave them behind and not give them any sort of memorial of any kind. R.I.P. Christmas lights. And I like these ice cubes. It's like they asexually reproduce and make twins. Okay, so over here, we want to hit that note over there, or not note. That, oh, we have to hit 3 times. That star switch. I like the little fanfare. Very Christmassy. And so guess what we have to do with that star shape on the top of the tree? We have to fly through it 3 times. Hooray for flying through things 3 times. There's Clanker's Cavern's Key, and now there's this. Although I don't think this is, well, actually, I do think this is less convenient, but at least the time limit isn't, like, to your doom. Countdown to the destruction of... Where was I going with that? I have no idea. And one more time! Also, the buttons on the snowman look awfully conspicuous. I wonder what we're going to do with those. Well, maybe you don't know yet, because we haven't learned the move in this world yet. So I'm gonna go do that right now. Yes, that looks distinctly like a target, and there we have a bowl. Well, no, we don't have a bowl. I'm just quoting Conker's Bad Fur Day, because that's such a great game. And here's Bottles. Press B. I want to know what that did to my recording. Time for some aerial action with my devastating beak bomb attack. Nice one, Goggles. Tell me more. What? Okay, that was a bad voice. When flying, press B to launch Kazooie at the target like a missile. I say missile, but missiles just sounds funny. I've learned all the one move here. Hooray. We just go on this little house of... Okay, before I found this Mumbo's token on accident. There's a Mumbo's token down here, an Ekambokum token. And also the Snow Goons are going to throw snowballs at you. They're going to throw their own DNA at you as you're trying to move around. So that's inconvenient, but, you know, it's fine. Because we're going to defeat them all later with the Beak Bomb. Oh, I missed. Okay. By the way, if you miss, that's pain. There's pain in that. Also, one of the most important things in this world to do is to have lots of red feathers. There are lots of red feathers that you can collect on the snowman's scarf, which, I don't know how you walk on it. It must be made of cement or something, but that wouldn't make much sense, because you don't put a cement scarf on a snowman. But, yeah, on every red spot of the scarf is a red feather, and on every yellow one is a note. So that's very helpful. But, of course, you don't want to collect more feathers than you need, because, as I discovered, none of them respawn. And he poops out a Jiggy between his legs. I think we're gonna go get that now. Because, you know, that's just what I've always wanted. Don't throw any more snowballs at me. Don't throw your balls of DNA. And you got a Jiggy. Okay. Now where are we gonna go? Well... I guess we could take out the... I'm really tempted to just take out the Snow Goons now, because they are getting on my nerves. This song sounds really cool in, well, actually it sounds less cool, it sounds warmer, but it still sounds awesome in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which I don't actually like Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts that much. From what I've played of it. The demo was kind of, well, it was not very platforming based, and I don't know, in general it was just kind of boring. It seemed like it was really cool seeing how big the worlds in the game were, but that's about it. Haha, I just barely missed you, Banjo Matrix. But like, all the music in the game is basically remixes of, why have I gotten hit every single time with it? This didn't happen in the other recordings. Every recording is going to have some kind of fail, I'm sure. And I really hope I don't fail on the Snow Goons this time, too. Yes! Rock on! And there's a Mumbo's token down there, and some other stuff that we could do with those guys, but we're not going to do that yet until we defeat them all. Because that, I think, is more efficient. I'm guessing. Or maybe it's not, but I just don't want to go back to the red feathers every single time. Okay, I'm gonna get, well, conveniently, there's health up here. In great abundance because of the ice cubes. 1, 2, And then 3, 4, 5. That's going to completely refill it. Hooray. Hooray for honey for life. Honey for life. But, like, all the nuts and bolts music is remixes. Okay, don't make me fall in the water. If you fall into the water, it's ice water and it'll slowly deplete your health. So that's not good. Because it's cold. And Banjo can't handle the cold. Thought it was a bear, though. That doesn't make any sense. And you might not be able to tell, but there's a Honey Nut Cheerio here. I collected it without collecting the honeycomb. I'm awesome. Well, no, I'm not. Because if I was awesome, I wouldn't have had to take this thing 3 times. Can I get the Mumbo's token too without getting... Ah, dang it. I was so close. Okay, so I'm gonna... You know, I don't want any of these videos to keep going too long anymore, so I'm gonna cut this off here, I think. Because I've been realizing lately that they've almost gone to 20 minutes several times, so I'm just gonna stop this now. And we're going to do more stuff in Freezeezy Peak next time. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. Bye. Thanks for watching.